Hello teachers, my name is Krisha Moeller and this is a Free Artists Network tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to sign up on the website and how to upload or put in one of your lesson plans on the website. So without further ado, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to freeartist.net. Again, that's freeartist plural with an S at the end.net. And then you're going to go ahead and register. So to register on the site, you're going to look for where it says register now right here and click on that. Okay, so on this page of the site, you're just going to input your information. You're going to start out with your email address. Create a password. Password must be at least 6 characters in length and must be one word, so no spaces. Now for the username is going to be the URL of your page, so that's your profile page, which will be freeartist.net / your username. So whatever you want there. Now you may not use any of these symbols, if you can see here. So it's got to be one word, no spaces, and just double check, make sure you don't have a space at the end on accident. Sometimes that throws people up. Time zone, you can probably ignore this. I'm in Pacific time, which is fine, but if you want to change the time zone, and then the country, and then the language. You can add up to 3 languages that you can speak. You click on add more to add a second one. And then lastly, human verification. You're just going to input what you see, whatever you see here. And if you have trouble doing so, you can actually click on this button right here, a little middle one, and it'll give you an audio challenge that will play an audio clip for you, and then you write in what you hear in the audio clip if you don't like that. Otherwise, just type in what you see here. If you don't like it, you can refresh it too as well. And then lastly, at the very bottom, don't forget this last part. I think a lot of people forget this. Make sure you click on I have read and agreed to the terms of service, which you can read right here, and then click continue. There you go. Oh, I forgot the state. My apologies. Let me try that again. Click on the state and then double check everything else. Okay, try this again. There we go. Okay, there you go. I think if it didn't change for you, just go ahead and make sure you put in the state, and then there we go. There we go. Now the only thing you really need on this page is the birthday and the community, which is this first section. So let me go and try that first. Let's see, October 10th is my birthday. And then community. Now, for the community, there are 6 different communities that we have. I'm sorry, 7. 7 communities we have in Free Artists. There's design, film, music, literature, narrative arts, fine art, theory, and history. Now, theory and history includes things like education. So like arts education counts as one of the theories. Theory, education, business, theory, law, things like that all go under them, and of course art history basically. Now what you're going to do is you can actually pick up to 3 communities to be part of. So these are kind of like the category that your profile page is going to be under. So are you a designer? Are you a filmmaker? Are you a musician? Things like that. So if you are a, let's say you're a fine arts teacher, I'd click on this. Click on that. And then down here I can click a sub-community. So for example, if I do photography, then I would do photography under here. Then I can add another one. So you can actually click on this again. So go ahead and click on it again, and now I see a second community appears. Now if you leave this blank, it'll just put your profile page under the general community, so I would just be in the fine arts community in general. I don't have to pick a sub-community, but the sub-community is nice for, it'll help you basically find things and people who are within your same domain of work, basically. So let's say I do painting and drawing and photography. There we go. Now I can also add something else. I could add a completely different one. Let's say in addition to fine art, I also do writing. Let's say I'm a writer. So I could click on writing or literature, and I could do, let's say I do poetry. There you go, on my free time. So I can add up to 3 community categories that my website can be part of. Now this is all optional. You don't have to enter this information. There's an About Me section. You can add a couple sentences about yourself. If you have another website, put that there. Twitter, Facebook, Skype, AIM, all those things are all optional. So you can click Save at the end. Okay, it worked. So now the next page, it says upload a profile picture. I would like you guys to upload a profile picture if you can, just because it'll look better on the lesson plan. The lesson plan will have a little icon next to it of who did it. So if you have a profile picture, it does not have to be a picture of yourself. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can, for example, just upload a little icon that you feel just represents you. You know, it could be a work of art or something like that. So click on Choose File here. Okay, so I selected my picture, I'm letting it load. You can edit the thumbnail or rotate it if you wanted to, depending on how it uploads, but otherwise it should be fine. Then click Save Photo. Now, if you don't have a picture yet, you can always come back and do this later by clicking Skip. So you could click on Skip and then return to this part later if you wanted to. Okay, so now on this page of the form, you're going to select the basic membership. I'll actually give you the premium membership for free later. For now, just click Basic Membership, which is the free membership, and then you're just going to click Continue. Now on the last page, it's going to say Invite your friends or students. Just click Skip. So you just click Skip at the very end. Now, on this note, if you had any trouble uploading the profile picture, I was noticing that it was the profile picture wasn't working for a lot of people. If that's the case, then try to sign up again and then just skip the profile picture. So if it doesn't work for you and something happens, just go ahead and skip the profile picture and we'll upload that one later. So now down here, you can click OK at the very bottom. There you go. And then click OK. Okay. So after you click OK on the two previous screens, you're going to get onto this page, which is the Welcome Wagon course. What you can do though is just go ahead and click straight on My Portfolio. So we're going to go straight to our portfolio page. Click on My Portfolio right over here. Okay, so this is your profile page as a teacher. This is the default profile page. Again, I will upgrade you to the premium membership right after you upload your lesson plan. So don't worry about that, but you'll see like the ads will go away and the fan branding at the top will go away when you're not logged in. You won't see it. But this is your account. So your account will say like freeartist.net / and then your username, and that's how you get to your account. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a lesson plan. We're going to add a lesson plan to the lesson plans archive right over here. Now there's two ways to do this. One is you can click straight on your profile page to add a lesson plan. The lesson plan will appear on your teacher page. So it'll actually appear right here under a tab that says lesson plans, but you can also create one directly in the lessons plans archive, and they'll both appear in the same place. So it'll appear on your portfolio page, and it'll also appear in the lesson plans archive. So let's go ahead and click on this. So where it says lesson plans, click on lesson plans. Okay, so now you're going to add a new lesson plan. Now before you add the lesson plan, let's first take a moment, and I'm just going to show you what a lesson plan looks like. There we go. Now this is the lesson plans archive. Again, if you can't see it, it's under lesson plans right over here. So it's going to say lesson plans search, and you're going to see one base lesson plan right over here. You can search for lesson plans based on keywords, browse most recent, most followed, most favorited, most liked, most commented on, most highest rated, and then the communities part of design lessons, film lessons, music lessons, literature lessons, and so forth and so forth. And you can also select again by sub-community. So I can do community, and then subcategory like photography and things like that, as you can see. And then grade level, so you can click a grade level, and even a language based on what language the materials in the lesson plan are in. And then lastly, I recommend hide mature content. In most cases, technically, teachers can upload lesson plans that have mature content in terms of, like, for example, LifeDrawing, because as you can see from the grade level, we do have a college age, so there are college based lesson plans. However, I would say at least half of the people will not be teaching college level, so I would recommend high mature content. And this is a default lesson plan. So you can also we can follow lesson plans after you favorite them. The lesson plans you're following are the ones you're contributing to. The favorite lesson plans, the ones you favorited, so you can always go back and watch those later, and then add a new lesson plan, as you can see here. So let's go and click on this lesson plan right over here. And here is a lesson plan page. Now, a couple things you're going to see here. On this lesson plan page, this is the title. You're going to see, you can rate the lesson plan, so I can go ahead and give it a rating. Let's say I like it a lot. I can rate the lesson plan by 5 stars. There we go. I can see who created it and go to their profile page if I wanted to. Okay. So now, the lesson plan, think of it kind of like a blog post, basically. You're going to see here, the very first thing will be content standards. You can put in content standards here. So the national visual arts standards or the national media arts standards, for example. would be one of those. Yeah, so National Visual Arts Standards and National Visual Media Arts Standards. You can go ahead and put those in there. I titled it, and then there's about it. So this is all stuff that I inputted. Now you can actually embed pictures into the lesson plan. So I have samples of work I've embedded into here. I can put in pictures of the students working if I wanted to, show the step-by-step process. If Photoshop or some other thing is involved, I can actually add in the tutorial into the lesson plan itself, as you can see, just by putting in those steps, for example. And at the very end, I can attach all sorts of things. So I can attach samples of students' work. I can attach worksheets. I can attach, like, for example, if Photoshop files, base files are needed, or certain images are needed, I can put that there. Handouts as PDFs, all sorts of things. So you can pretty much attach a ton of files here. I didn't put one in here, but you can also embed videos inside of this. Now, you don't have to have a lesson plan as detailed as this. It's basically like, think of it like a Word document. You can really input whatever you want. So I did it in this order, but you can do it in whatever order you want. And then we like to have some pictures in the lesson plan. I don't mind what they are of, though. Like, for example, of the students working would be great. But I do understand some of you are going to be uploading lesson plans that are brand new, like lesson plans that you haven't actually done in class yet, but you're just contributing to the site for the archive or for the Starbucks card. So that's fine if you don't have pictures of students working, or if you don't have samples of students' work, you can just show other pictures. Or put in screen captures, things like that, or just, helpful, supportive, or supplementary video tutorials. It doesn't matter if they're yours. Like if I find video tutorials on YouTube that kind of support what I'm doing, I can embed those as well, things like that. Then what happens is people can rate the lesson plan, they can favorite it. So they can favorite it here, and that will mean that once I favorite, oh sorry, let me go back to the bottom. You can like it. So if I like this lesson plan, I could favorite this, or I can comment on it. And then if I like it and favorite it, then later I can go up to my favorite lesson plans and find them there. Now this favorite, follow, as you can see here, and view history, which I'll explain in a second, and then report it if something's wrong, and then download it or print it. So I can actually print this lesson plan, or I can download the whole lesson plan as a PDF and use it in my classroom. And then here's a preview image of that lesson plan right there, and there you go. And that's basically how it works. So now, on this page, where I was before, you're going to title your lesson plan. You're going to create a community for the lesson plan. So if it's a design lesson, put it under design. If it's a film lesson, put it under film, music, literature, which is writing, narrative arts, animation, games, fine art, and then theory, which would include art-based education, art business, art history, things like that. So for example, I could do like narrative arts and I could do animation. So narrative arts is animation, comics, games, things like that. Sub-community, I could do maybe like, okay, 2D animation, there we go. Okay, so now grade level, pick a grade level. If you're not sure, I know not all of our teachers are based out of the States, so if you're not sure what these grades coordinate to, you can go ahead and pick the age groups, maybe like, I feel like these ages could handle it the best, or it's most appropriate for these ages. And then where it says course standards or content standards, you can input your content standards here. So like the National Visual Arts Standards or the National Media Arts Standards, you can input those there. So whatever standards you have, NVAS 1.2, whatever. Or if you want to put in state-based content standards, that's fine with me. Just know that not everybody on the website will be from the same state. But if you want to put in like the National Visual Arts Standards and then also like the California standards as well, or whatever state you're from, you can do that as well. Language. What materials of the lesson plan? What materials does this lesson plan have as its main language? Most cases it'll be English, but we are technically international, so you may see lesson plans in different languages, but for the most part, English is probably going to be the predominant one. Now, you have to check this if the lesson in any way contains anything that would not be suitable for students in high school or younger. So any student basically under 18, pretty much. So this is important. So again, we do the lesson plans in this archive can range up to college. So that could include things like, how to like draw the nude form, for example. And if that's the case, we do want to allow that for college teachers. But in most cases, if that happens, if you're uploading a lesson plan that has in any way any kind of content that may not be suitable for the high school spectrum or lower elementary school, then you need to click this. I don't think this happens a lot, though, to be honest. I think even at the college level, most lessons don't contain that, but we have to put that there just for liability reasons. In case you do upload a lesson that has any kind of content or language or whatnot or themes that may not be suitable, then you want to make sure you click on that box, just be on the safe side. Tags. Now, this is a very, very important. Please use these tags. They're like keywords, basically, like hashtags or keywords. So, like, for example, if my lesson contains, I did animation, maybe I could say, in-betweening or whatever it's about, in-betweening or in-betweens. These are animation terms. Whatever my lesson's about, keyframes, animation, Disney, whatever, I could do whatever I want to, Disney, Mickey Mouse. I'm just kidding, but like basically you can put in any frames you want, any keywords you want to, just separate each one by a comma. So each one you use, you separate by a comma, and they could be more than one word. There you go. And then lastly, a thumbnail. A thumbnail would be the preview image that will appear here. So you can do, for example, an example of the work of art, or if the work's about like Pollock or whatever, I could do a picture of Pollock or whatever. So just some thumbnail that will represent that lesson plan on the site. And then lastly, input your text entry. So here it is. This is basically just like your Word file. So all you're really going to do here is you're going to input everything that you want. So it's going to appear basically everything under content standards from here on down is what you're going to input there. And you can see it works kind of like a Word document. Now, there is an option. See over here where it says paste from Word. If you have a lesson plan in Word, you can copy it and then click over here to paste from Word. Now, note this does work as far as formatting goes. It may not always work, though, as far as pictures. So let me just go and show you how this would work if I want to do pictures. So let's just say I have some text here, okay? So let's try this. I'm going to put in some text. And everything looks fine, but let's say I can bold the text here, so I can bold the text. I can do italics. I can underline, all that kind of stuff right there. I can add in bullets or numbers. So here's the bullet points, and here are numbers. I can indent or unindent, strike through, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. I can also center text, align it to the right, align it like this, or flush it. There you go, and so forth. And now I can also change the font style. So for example, I can do a heading for the title if I wanted to. Title of lesson plan. There it is. I can, let's see, change the font family. So let's say here's my heading. So I did the heading here. Now, so you can do headings here. You can see the types of headings that are there. Font family, I could do like Arial if I wanted to. I can change the size. So maybe this one would be large. Maybe the size of this would be 12 points. There you go, and so forth and so forth. Now, to add links, if you want to add a link to a lesson plan, let me do the bullets. I'm going to do bullet points. There we go. I like that better. Okay. So now, if you want to add links, you would highlight whatever. Let's say I want them to learn about Jackson Pollock. I would highlight this section, and then you see up here these two little buttons. I can actually add a link. So there's link and unlink. Click on link, and then you can actually input a link. So it's going to pop up like this. Give it a second. Now you're going to put in the URL. Just copy paste it over. So I could like http www.google.com. Now target, if you do links, I recommend doing target in a new window, open link in a new window. All that means, it doesn't really matter. It just means when they click on the link, it'll open up in a new tab instead of like going to a new page in the same tab, so they have to then backspace to get back to the lesson. There you go. Click insert. There you go. And now it's a link, as you can see. Now, if I ever wanted to unlink something, I would obviously use unlink, but other than that, we should be fine. There's even anchors. Now, anchors are a bit advanced. I would not recommend using anchors unless you know what anchors are, but basically, anchors let me insert, like for example, let's say my page is really long. I could actually put an anchor down the bottom here, which means that when I click on the link, it'll drop me down to the bottom of the page. So anchors like this. I can input an anchor, call it like, I don't know, samples. So say it's anchor, samples, one word. Put it there. And then because I have anchors next to here, there we go. So I inserted it. So see this little tiny anchor here? Now if I wanted to, like let's say that I could say, go see samples. check samples for samples of student work, or whatever. You know, I could do that. I would highlight the word samples, click on link, and I should be able to actually just type in, see where it says link URL, I would actually just type in samples, and then it should work. And then when that happens is, if I click on that, so the link just said samples, and the anchor just said samples. So what that means, when I click on this, it'll drop the page down. Now this, it probably won't matter because it's so small, but this is mostly going to come up when it's a really big page like this. So I would say, like, you know, go click here, samples, to see the bottom samples. So click on that, and then it would drop down to wherever the anchor is, if that makes sense. I do not think that comes up for most people though, but that's what that is if you're wondering. There's also, ignore clean up messy code. I don't think you guys need that. There is HTML, which I personally like. So there is HTML. You can actually click on this and it'll take you to an HTML box. So you can actually edit the whole thing in HTML if you want to. See, this shows you the HTML as it is. So for those of you, I only recommend this for those of you who know how to use HTML, but otherwise you can leave it alone. You can bold or highlight text. So let me see. Let me try font size. There we go. Highlight something important. Highlight, there we go. So I can actually highlight certain parts of the text. I can change the color of certain parts of the text, maybe to blue, whatever, you know. Well, that looks like links. Let me try something else. Green. Oops, it's going to make me do it one at a time. Hold on, because the bullets is messing up. There we go. There we go. There we go, and so forth. Oops, there we go. Okay, there we go. So I fixed it all up. So these are all the features you can use. You can even put in smileys. So I can put in smileys. It's basically like a blog post. Think of it like a blog post. There we go. And so forth and so forth. Insert custom characters just for special characters if you have to insert them. I do not think that comes up often though either. Okay. Now, if I go down below, if you're wondering, you can actually, you see, this is back. This is, if you make a mistake, you can undo. This is Control-Z to undo, if you need to go back a couple times. If you need to put something in quotes, block quotes, like let's say the general, I want those in block quotes, click on that. I don't know if that really does too much, though. I think it just, yeah, it just does this with it. It turns it into a block. Undo, there we go. But indent kind of does the same thing, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Now, these features will probably not come up in most cases, so I wouldn't really worry about that. Subscript, yeah, you can, this is more for quotes and things like that, but I don't think it comes up either really often. So let's see. I would say the only other thing that's really going to come up is inputting images or inputting videos. Oh, and tables. So let me show you that. So to input a table, you can input a table by going right here. See where it says insert a new table? Click on that, and it'll let you insert a table if you wanted to. So this is going to pop up kind of like, so you can do like how many columns you want, how many rows, 5 rows, 5 columns. Cell padding or cell spacing, that's how much like spacing is between each one. Let's see. You can add a border. I can do a border. So I can, sorry about that. So I can add a border. If you put in 2 for the border, it's going to be like 2 pixels wide or 5 pixels wide, basically. This is how thick the border is. Height and the width, you could probably leave that blank, but if you wanted to, you can actually either do it in numbers. Like 700 would be a table that's 700 wide and 800 pixels high. So 700 pixels wide, 800 pixels high. And I can align that in the center, line it to the left, line it to the right. Right, and cell padding, maybe I want to do like 4 pixels. Cell padding, 4 pixels, cell spacing. That's just spacing out the text inside the tables, basically. So that if you don't have any cell padding or any cell spacing, then what will happen is the images, the text will be crushed up against the line of the table. And then width and then border again. Same, everything's in pixels by default. So the numbers here represent pixels. Except for the columns. 5 columns, 5 rows. Cell padding, cell spacing, that's again how much padding by number of pixels. So 4 pixels of spacing between the letters and the lines of the table, or the edges, the borders of the table. So nothing gets crammed up against there. Alignment, I did center. Border, 5 pixels wide, so a thickish border. If you want a really thick border, you do 10, things like that. And then width, again, I did I did 700 wide, 800 pixels high. However, you can do percentages. You can actually do, like, let's say I want it to be 90%. That would make it 90% of whatever page it's on. So the table will expand based on the page. But for me, I like to do pixels, so that's fine. But you can do percentages as well. It's like 90% of how 90% wide of whatever page it's on. So when I make this page larger, it would increase in size. Class, leave that alone. Table caption, leave that alone. But that's what this is. So I can click Insert, and it's going to give me a table. There you go. So you see, here's my table. So you can see it has a thick edge because the border, I did 5 pixels, so it's a pretty thick edge, and it has some padding in between, as you can see. Padding and cell spacing. So now I can input my text if I wanted to. See what I'm doing? So I can input the text, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. Now, if you don't want it to be like this, you can just, let me see, click on the table and undo it. See, I just clicked and deleted it, backspace, and try it again. And then maybe, for example, I could just do, okay, so I can do 5 and 5, and if I leave everything alone, except for border, I want to put 2 pixels border, but if I leave everything alone, just went column, row, and then border, 2, click on that. Now it looks like this, so now I have, see, it's tiny like this, but that gives me more space to work with because I didn't input, in this case, I did not input a height and a width, so that's why it's like this. There you go. And so forth. So let me show you that one last time. Click on that. Table. So columns, 5 columns, 5 rows. Maybe I will leave border alone. I'll align it in the center if I have to. And that's basically it. I left everything else alone, and now there's no features there, see? But I think I want the border because otherwise I'm just going to get this. So if you don't like it, I can click on this again. If you, let's say you want to make changes to this, you should be able to do that by clicking on the same button. Yeah, so I can click on the same table button right over here, and then I can change it. Like, whoops, I made a mistake. I do want one thing, and update it. Then if I update it, then it should work. Well, yeah, there you go. So now it works. Now I have a border. So when you're working the table, if you don't like it, you can undo what you did the table by clicking on this again. I can also change, as you can see, there are 2 buttons that now have appeared. Actually, a bunch of these appeared. These are all for tables. So I can do things like change the table row properties. Let's see. Everything in this row I can put in the center. Let me see. Background color. So now I'm in advanced, so I'm centering all the text inside of this. Vertical alignment, that's inside this row. Let's see. Table head, maybe. Alignment, center, vertical alignment, center. So basically, table head, center, center, class ignore, height ignore. Advanced, I can now change the background color, so I can actually change this row to be, let's say, blue. So I'm going to click like this blue text here. There you go. Click apply. Background image even, that's too advanced for me. But other than that, I can change the color of the row. There you go. So I clicked up update, and there it is. So now I can change this. If I want to change the color of the text, that you just do from up here. So I would change that from up here. Make it white. There you go. See? And then I have this nice table. Now you can do all sorts of things with tables here. Like I can insert a row. See over here? Delete row. Insert row after. Insert row before. Insert column before. Insert column after. Remove column. Split merge tables, merge table cells. Merge table cells like this. Like let's say these all belong together. I can merge them like this. See, now I have these tables and these are all merged together. The ones that I highlighted. And then I can split them too. So let's say I want to split this one. Let me see, actually go back here. Oops. There you go. And then it goes back. See? So now it's back to normal. Let's see, I can, I'd ignore the rest of this. Now, I can also change a table cell. So let's say this cell I want to change. I can just change just the properties of just that one cell instead of the entire row. So this one lets you change everything with the row. And this one, it's the exact same stuff. As you can see, everything's exactly the same. Background color, I can change all that under Advanced and General. Right here, Advanced and General. But it'll only apply to that one cell. That's the only difference between these two. But that's pretty much it. I think most of it's pretty easy to figure out. Let's see. Lastly, you can change the formatting of anything by erasing it. So I can erase the formatting, show formatting, and then I can also do a horizontal ruler. A horizontal ruler, let me show you what that is. So a horizontal ruler, if I go down here, I could input one, and all it does, I don't know if I'm even going to see it on this. Let me see. Like right here, let's say I want to do like a line across. Click on that. There you go. That's a horizontal ruler. See this? So this is a horizontal ruler. A horizontal ruler just lets you put lines that go straight across if I want to block something off. See, like here's a horizontal ruler again. There you go. And that kind of helps me separate things out. Okay, so that's that. So we discussed text formatting. We discussed links and even anchor links, highlighting, smileys, all that kind of stuff. We discussed tables. So we did tables. Now we're going to talk about inputting images and video. To do that, let's go ahead and just do it up here while I'm at it. Okay, so let's say I want to put in a video right here. Look for the video button next to the smiley. It says Insert, Edit, Embedded Media. Click on that. And this will let you input a video. Now, you can do it, I would recommend either Flash or iframe, depending. But let me show you actually how you would do that. So we're going to embed a video. There's a couple different ways you can do that. If you try Flash, then you can input just the YouTube URL. Let me show you how to do that. So let me try one. Okay, so I got a YouTube video here. This has nothing to do with education. It's just a dog video. But what you do here is this. If you can see up here, you're going to highlight the link. So this is my YouTube video. You can try this first. Highlight the link and then copy it. Control-C or Command-C to copy the link. And then when I'm over on this page with this box, I would select Flash and then I would select inside here, I would paste the video. Now you can actually change the dimensions of the video here. So right now, see if I click on this, the default video dimensions are 425 pixels wide, 350 pixels high. So for example, I could do, if I want to make it bigger, I could do 500 pixels wide. And if constrain proportions on, it'll constrain it automatically, so I don't have to change the width. See, like right now the width is the height. The height's 412. So the height's 412. So if I went to like 600, the height would increase. So 600 width, then go over here and see now the height is 494. So you see, it just it will constrain the proportions. It'll scale it proportionally. There you go. So I can see to make sure this works. Oh, I see. So type now, it's going to iframe automatically. I did not see it doing this. So that's fine then. So you can do any one of these. I use Flash sometimes only because I also embed videos from other things like Ustream and Livestream. So I can embed live videos actually, but you do not have to do that here. iframe, it looks like, is the one that it wants you to use. So iframe's fine. And there you go. Now, otherwise, if for any reason this does not work, then you can actually insert under source, insert source code here to embed a video. To do that, here's what you do. When you're on a YouTube video, you see where it says share on a YouTube video? Click on share and embed. So share and embed. So share, embed, and then you see it actually shows you the iframe here. See that? So again, this is the YouTube video you're on. Click on share, click on embed, and then you see this. You highlight this whole thing. Highlight and copy the whole thing. Control-C or Command-C, C like cat. And then you go back over there. Okay. And then what you would do in that case is you would see these tabs that says General, Advanced, Source. Click on Source, and then you would just paste that inside here. Paste. And when I paste that inside here and insert it, it'll insert it that way as well. So it basically does the exact same thing. But there you go. Type iframe and then just put in the URL of the YouTube video, and then you can change the size of it here if you wanted to. And that's basically it. Click insert when you're ready. There it is. Now it won't show you the video. It's going to show you where the video will go. So if you want to, I can center this. Like I can click on the video and center it in the center right there. See, just like it's text. There you go. And then if I wanted to add pictures, I can add pictures by doing this. So here's how I add pictures. To add pictures, click on this little icon, this little tiny tree here. It says Insert Edit Image. Click on that. There you go. And then it's the same thing. I can either pull in an image from the web, so the URL to the image, or I can upload one directly. You can do either way. Upload them or link to an image. So the image link, just know if you do an image link, you have to get the image link to have the exact, it has to be the exact image file, not a link to a page that has the image on it. So for example, if I were to go to Google Images, then you'll see that most of the links in Google Images, like let's say cat pic. All right, I go to, here's Google, so I go to Google Images, Google Images, and if I want to find a picture, for example, like let's say I click on this picture of this cat, I have to make sure I click on image, not visit page. That's the wrong link, because that would be just the website where the link is. But view image itself is what you want. So I click on view image, and then once I click on view image, if you look at the link up here, click on this, it has to say .jpeg or .png at the end. If it doesn't say .jpeg or .png or .something at the end, then it's probably not a picture that you're looking at. It might be like a link to a picture. So I highlight that, copy that. Okay, so I copied that, and I'm going to go back here, then I could put the link to the image URL right there. There you go. I can change the size, so you probably don't want an image that's really big, so I probably would do no bigger than 600. There you go. This one does not constrain proportion, so you'd have to do it yourself. So let me be by 400. There you go. Alignment, I can align it in the middle, center, wherever. There you go. And then I could insert that picture. There you go. And there's my cat. I could center it. There you go. Oh, I didn't center it. If it doesn't work, if you have to edit something, you can just click again, like same with the video. Click on the video and then click on the video button, and you can go back and edit whatever you did. Click on the picture icon up here, and I can go back and edit whatever I did. See, everything's still there. I would just change the alignment to the middle. There you go, update, and then hopefully it should work. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I don't know why I was doing that. There you go. So it worked. I aligned right, and then I centered it, and now suddenly it's working. But there you go. So that's that. So now I have a picture. I have a video. Now another way to put in a picture, I'll do another picture for you here, is click on this icon again, and this time I can upload a picture. So let's say I want to upload something. I can do that. Upload the picture. Okay. So it takes a moment, just be patient with it a little bit, but there it is. So there's my picture. Same thing before, I'm going to align it, change the size if I wanted to, maybe 400 by 60, there you go. And then I can even add a border if I wanted to, like 5-pixel border, but I think that's fine. So I'm going to insert it, there it is. There's my picture. So it's right over here. This is actually it, as you can see. It's just a blank slide. But then, yeah, I could do whatever I wanted to. I can align it in the center, do what I need to do. There we go. And so forth and so forth. There we go. And so forth. So that's it. So now, before you save this, oh, I need a thumbnail first. Hold on. Almost forgot. Need a thumbnail. There. Okay. So now everything looks good. Just double check everything. Sample, lesson plan. There we go. Okay, right one. Content standards, good, 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 good. There we go. Pictures, videos, all that kind of stuff. If you want to preview your lesson plan, you can preview it by clicking on this. See, it says toggle full screen. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's oh, I thought that was preview. Oh, there's preview. There it is. Sorry, the one above. My apologies. That's not it. That's toggle full screen mode preview right there. Click on preview. It'll let you see a preview of how your lesson plan is actually going to look. That way you can make sure the videos and stuff are working and the pictures are there. Let's see. There we go. So here's my lesson plan. Shows me the video, shows me the pictures, everything looks good, the table looks good, all that stuff, I'm good to go. Before you save this, I highly recommend highlight everything and copy it, just be on the safe side in case something goes wrong. So I'm going to highlight everything, because that would be a disaster. You can highlight everything and then copy it. Or if you want to make sure everything works perfectly, you can even click on HTML. Click on HTML right over here, and then inside the HTML, highlight everything here. That's Control-A or Command-A to select all, and then Control-C or Command-C to copy everything inside here. Click Cancel, and now I'm going to click Save. That's just a backup. I recommend saving here before you save here and go to the next step, just in case. You never know if there's... I always hate it when I'm like writing an email and then something crashes and then I lost my email, you know what I mean? Because I put all that work into it. So I recommend copying it first before you actually hit save, just in case. Okay, so now on this step, this is the last thing you have to do. Now you're going to restrict people or not restrict them. So here's what this means. Now, if you guys ever use either a wiki like Wikipedia or a recipe website, you know how like for recipe websites or wikis, people can actually change whatever you put there, so they can add it. So like wikis are editable. Also, I've seen recipe sites do this where they give you a recipe for how to do something, and then if somebody decides, you know what, it worked better for me to do it this way, or when I tried this recipe, I found that, you know, adding salt or whatever worked better, they can actually go in and edit the recipe. And don't worry, it would keep a record of the history. That's what that button was before. So when you see this here, it says like over here on this page, this is a lesson plan. You see it says view history. That's what that is. If I click on view history, it'll show me the very first lesson plan, and then people can actually edit it. Now this is optional, so don't worry. If you don't want people to edit your lesson plan, then you can make them not. But otherwise, if I clicked on view history, I would see all the changes made that lesson plan. So it's kind of like a peer revised lesson plan. So there you go. See, I can actually see throughout the date. So if the first one was posted on March 30th, and I can go through version 13 up until here in the current version. And then I could see like, okay, so now I see that, you know, this is, restore this version. I don't know what that does, but basically you can, you can see the different versions of that lesson plan as it was before, in short, and then go back to lesson plan. There we go. Okay, so that's that. So now, having that said, you can restrict people here. So you can say, first of all, who can restrict the page? Who can decide who sees it? I would recommend just you. You're the only one who can restrict the page. Allow to view. You do want everyone to see the page, so everyone can view the page. Who can edit it? Now this is the one. You can now say, just me, I'm the only one who wants to edit this lesson plan, or I can say, anybody can edit it, or just my friends. I could say only my friends, people who I'm following on Fan. Or people who are following me on Fan, they're the only ones, my group, my inner circle on the network are the only ones who can edit it, or just anybody. I would say either everyone or just me. So if you don't want anyone to edit it, click on just me. If you want other people to edit it, click on everyone. And then who may delete this page? I would say just me, and who can comment? I would say everyone. So anybody can comment on it. Then when you're done, click Save Changes. And there you go. There's your lesson plan. So this is my lesson plan page. The video works, the images work. There it is. Everything's good. So you can see I got the title here, the rating, the content standards if needed, text, all this kind of stuff. Now you always go back and edit it. So see it on the left side. I can edit it. I can delete it. I can move the location, meaning like move it to a different category. Restrict it. Let's say I decide I don't want other people to edit it after all, or I do want people to edit it. I can change the restriction settings. The rest of below are the same ones that anybody sees, so everybody will see this. Now, again, if this one's restricted, meaning that I cannot edit this because otherwise I would be able to. See, there's no edit button, so whoever made this is not letting me change it. However, if the person lets me change it, or I'm the creator of it, then I would see an edit button. There you go, and that's that. Now, lastly, there's a couple more things on this page that you can do. And that is adding files or adding child pages. So first, what is a child page? Sometimes lesson plans can include more than one series of lessons. So for example, I could have lesson day 1, lesson day 2, and then the project. See what I'm like, the follow-up project? So maybe the follow-up project might have its own set of lessons and things like that. If that's the case, adding a child page creates a whole new lesson plan, but it'll be linked to this lesson plan, if that makes sense. So I would click on Add a Child Page. It would let me create a whole new lesson plan. See, Add a Child Page. And then there, I can make a whole new lesson plan, but the only difference is that lesson plan would just be attached to this lesson plan. So you'll see a link to it from the first lesson plan, if that makes sense. So that way you know those lesson plans are connected. So you can add more than one lesson plan and have them actually be connected. Like lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and so forth, if that's how you want to do it. That way whoever visits the lesson plan goes, oh look, there's more than one lesson plans. I would scroll to the bottom and see like, oh, okay, there's a whole bunch of other lesson plans there. They're all connected now, I understand, things like that. Now, lastly, attach files. So we do recommend, I really would like you guys, if you can, to attach some kind of file to this. It could be, for example, like a worksheet or a handout, a PDF, a PowerPoint. If you have to attach a PowerPoint, if you have to attach a PDF, if you have to attach a Word document, you should be able to attach anything you want to. Pictures that they have to use as references, slides, pretty much anything you can attach, zip files, .zips, all that kind of stuff. Just click on Attach File over here and you'll be able to attach them. There you go. So you choose the file to submit it. There you go. Now all submitted files will appear down here. So see this lesson plan. So all these attached files will appear down here. You can see you submitted them and so forth. There's the tags and so forth. I have 0 child pages on this one, but if I had more, then I would see more lesson plans attached. And that's basically that's basically it. So there you go. So that's your lesson plan. I won't actually attach a file in real life, but that you can see how to do it there. And that's it. So your lesson plan's done. When you're finished, you're going to go ahead and just shoot me an email or message me on Facebook or wherever, and just let me know that you upload a lesson plan and show me the link to the lesson plan. Link to the lesson plan would be here. And then just send it over so I can see it, and I will then quickly send you your Starbucks gift card and so forth, and then upgrade your account. Now, again, if you have any trouble, keep in mind, Fan is still new. We're still in beta testing, so if you come across any bugs or if anything's kind of a pain for you, like when you're signing up or so forth, please let me know. We will do our best to fix that because we're still kind of beta testing it. But it's open technically right now for its soft opening, so anybody can sign up and use it as we build it so that we can get content on, but we're still working out kinks, as you know. So if that happens, let me know and I will be happy to help you out. But once you're done, you click on My Portfolio and you can see on My Portfolio page, your lesson plan will actually be there now, see? So now I should have a lesson plans tab. There we go. It says created. You just created a lesson plan. There it is. And then my lesson plan is on my front page there. Cool. And that's that. So if you have any other questions about using Fan itself, or if you want to customize your page or create your courses on here, that's fantastic. Just let me know. I'll be happy to help you out with that process. Other than that, though, yeah, so this is my lesson plan. Sorry, this would be my page. This would be my, I can customize it. Oh, here we go. If you have to do Edit My Portfolio, I'm sorry, if you have to do Edit My Portfolio over here, you can click on Edit My Portfolio to upload your profile image, or that didn't work before. So Edit My Portfolio. And then see down here, it says Edit My Photo. I can edit that. So that's where you edit your information. So edit my information or edit my photo. There you go. Edit my photo there, or edit personal information, like my birthday or the categories that I'm part of, see? Then when I'm done, I'd save or go to My Portfolio again. There you go. So now, once you edit that, you can also edit the style of your portfolio. The style of your portfolio will let you edit the banner, or the banner is right here. You can also edit the style, the colors on your portfolio. You can change the tab order. We'll let you change what things will show on this tab. So I can have, like, if I wanted to, for example, I could have my lesson plans at the top and save that, or groups or whatnot, artwork, things like that, music. And then projects, all that kind of stuff you can put on your page. This just changes the order that they appear in this tabs from left to right, top to bottom here. And then let's see, lastly, if you want to add artwork, you can add works to your portfolio, artwork, music, literature, let's see, videos, things like that. Add tutorials if you wanted to. And then lastly, I can also add courses. So I can upload courses to my teacher page and my students can connect to that course there if I wanted to. But that's that in short. So if you have any other questions and you want to play around more with the site, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you so much.